Everyone, it's Anna here from Little Wing Sleep. I am a certified sleep coach and a mama to two. I have two little girls, 1 and 3, and my 3-year-old is about to turn 4. And I just ordered all of this unicorn crap online for her birthday party. She wants to decorate cookies and wants everyone to dress up. So that's what we're doing for her 4th birthday party while I sob over the cake in the corner because I'm not ready for her to be 4 at all, like by any stretch of the imagination. Like, Amber, can you believe she's 4?
I can't. I really feel like I met her and she was just so small and so young, and now she's 4. Like, where does the time go?
Like,
I
I
don't like
am
it.
I don't like it either. Like, I just want them to stay little. I was over at a friend's house last night. She's like, "Aren't baby bums and toes the cutest?" Like, and then I pulled up my phone and I was like, "Look, I took 5 pictures of my daughter's toes the other night while she was sitting on her chair because they were just so cute." Like, baby toes, and then they're gonna
Baby
get
toes
big
are the
and
cutest.
stinky. They're gonna get big and stinky.
They are, because those are the only toes that I would let get put on my face are baby toes.
Yeah. Or and then you kiss them like you're like,
You kiss
"Us
them.
in these feet." Like, I need to kiss them.
It's the only time.
When they're teenagers, they'll be like, "Get those feet away from me."
And I have boys, so
So,
I'm definitely gonna be like, get those things away from me.
yeah, like, no. Uh-uh. So anyway, we are certified sleep coaches. Miss Amber is here in the house today. I am very excited that Amber
Mhm.
is here with me. We are going to be talking about multiples because Amber is the ultimate twin mama. Like, she
Oh.
looks fab. She has everything organized. She is the best advocate for her little boys. And like, she works out every day, guys, and has multiples. Like, I have 2 singletons, and it's like, I was like, Amber, keep me accountable to working out. And then I went away this weekend and I was like, honey, I need to go for a 20-minute walk so I can tell Amber I did something.
I was thinking, and I was like, dang, since all this crazy, daycare stuff been going on in my house, I was like, I haven't checked on to see if Anna's been working out.
Yeah, that's a fun no. No, that's
21 days.
I know, I'm doing 21 days. I am doing 21 days. No, I did do something exercise related every
Okay.
day. It just was not my program, but I
And
can
that's
feel my
really it though. That's all that matters. Like
yes.
you just doing something, creating that habit is still something.
It's still something. I can still feel my, like, abs, like, twinging in the remembrance
Yeah.
that they exist.
Yeah.
So, which
Good
is better
burn.
than before, where it was like, "What? Flexing? What is that?" I'm sorry, we don't have a flex option in this brain.
That's funny. Oh,
So, yeah. Okay, so Amber, tell us a bit about yourself, your family, and why you love being a sleep coach, and then we're gonna dive into multiples.
multiples. Okay, a little bit about me. Of course, my name is Amber. I have 2 twin boys. They are a little over 2 years old now. They are talking a whole lot and doing a whole lot. Yeah, they keep me on my toes. Have a wonderful husband. We've been married for about 5 years now. We live in Huntsville, Alabama, but I'm originally from North Carolina. I can't forget that because I just have to say that's where I'm from. I'm not from Alabama, but I love it
It's like
nonetheless.
when someone calls me Canadian, I'm like, "No, I'm from New Zealand." Like,
Right. It's like yeah, it's my home. However, I was not born and raised here. Even though people will say that my husband is accent is a lot, my accent is stronger than his. That's what they would say. And so everyone predicts, they're like, oh, where you guys from? And I'll be like, North Carolina. And they'll be like, really? I'm like, well, yes, I am.
I feel like Kenny and I, when we finally meet, are gonna be kindred souls. I think we'll have a
Probably.
lot of fun together.
I think so. I really think
Yes,
so. I
yes.
definitely think so. But other than that, I'm pretty simple. I like to read and journal. I like doing fun stuff with my boys because I want to be like that fun mom. I want them to be coming to me and not being like, oh, I don't want to be with you, mom. So I'm trying to do all like the fun boy things like that they want to do so that we could be cool. I can be that cool mom. Trying
Yeah,
to
if
start
we
them
just,
off
like,
wrong.
get into a habit of being the cool mom,
Yeah.
like, And I mean, a big part of that is like in parenting is like that yes style, right? Like I always
Yes,
try and like have a lot of yeses in my day so that when I say not right now or no, then it like has gravity to it. Even
yes,
like with our boundaries and our routines and things like going on like that, it's just like, yeah, you can totally do that after we've done this.
exactly, exactly. I love that I can tell them in a minute, and they'll be like, "Okay, in a minute." Although they'll come back in 2 seconds, they
Well, they
still
don't
are
understand what a
practicing it.
minute is.
Right. They're
But
practicing.
they trust you that you when you say you're going to do it, but in a minute, they know that mom follows through on her word, and they
Yes,
know that from past experience,
yes,
right? And so if we're not consistent in how we respond, then they don't know. And so then they are going to nag, right?
yeah,
Because they're like, I don't know if she's gonna remember, so I
right.
just gotta keep reminding.
Exactly.
Whereas like
Exactly.
2 seconds is literally a minute in their mind.
Exactly. I tell a lot of my clients that, in their mind, that was a minute. That was long enough for them.
Minute equals moment.
Yep. I blinked.
Like,
There it goes. You ready now? Because I'm ready.
well, yeah, they have no concept of like time. Like, they're only putting together those sequences. Like, we have
Yes.
sequences at around 6 months old of like, like the ball went under the cup. They don't have like these big long sequences for
Right.
quite some time of like how long something takes
Yes.
or what. Like, I want to make cookies, it doesn't like mean that I understand that I have to make the cookies or go to the store to
Exactly.
get the cookies. Yeah.
That is probably the most thing that gets them now. It's food and things like that. Something I have to make. They're like, okay, but I want oatmeal now. Okay, well, baby, you want the oatmeal, so I have to make the oatmeal. But the way I do get around that is now that they're a little bit older, having them help me do it. And then
Yes.
it's like, okay, it's not as bad because you get to help. Like I let them dump the stuff for pancakes this morning before we went off to school. I'm like, okay, it's more acceptable now. And then after when I was actually flipping and cooking them, they wanted to stay at the sink and pour water, dishwater. So I'm like, oh, perfect. You're distracted doing that while I'm flipping pancakes. Perfect. And so
Yeah.
I'm like,
And it's
hey,
like
it
not
works.
not holding on to like those perfect ideals of like they can't be in the kitchen. It's like no, like togetherness, doing life
Yes.
together is practiced in those moments. Yeah. And I found like oatmeal is like in our family, same thing. Oatmeal. I need oatmeal. Like her doing, we do microwave oatmeal because
Yeah.
mornings are a little crazy.
Heck yeah, we do.
I tried to make a TikTok of our morning breakfast this morning because I thought people might like this. And it just like I went to go edit the TikTok, I was like, oh, whoa, that was a crazy morning.
They would like it. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, okay, well, they didn't have any underwear on. So I was like, so we're not gonna do a
Yeah.
TikTok today.
Not today,
Not
but maybe.
today. Because we're still potty training, and a lot of times they'll say, I don't want pants on, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess so. That's fine. Um, it
Yeah.
makes it easier to go to the bathroom. So okay, we're fine. So we're cooking. I'm like, oh, this would be perfect. They're stirring, and then I was like, you don't have no pants on. Let's do it tomorrow.
Oh man. It's amazing how these things evolve, right? Like just
Yes.
like the necessity to wear clothes. Like my oldest is like, you need to wear shoes out in the backyard because she got stung by a bee once.
Oh,
Unfortunately, it was right after her father told her it wouldn't happen. Um, and so now it's like she will go outside in her swimsuit to the pool, but will not go there without shoes.
mm,
And so she'll just like walk around sometimes naked, just with shoes on. I'm like, you do you, girl. You
you
got
do
it.
you, baby. You do you.
Yeah, like good. Yeah, but like with the making oatmeal, we found like them pressing the timer, learning the numbers, and then
Yes.
watching the numbers really helped with the understanding of time. And
Okay.
then using those distraction things, like you were saying, like in the sink. But yeah, like kind of that whole like timer concept is really helpful. So, okay, today we're talking about twins. We could just like talk for hours.
Yes, we
Uh,
could.
Yeah, we could. So, it's like always like when I'm ringing Amber, I'm like, okay, it can't be like a phone, like 5 minute phone call because we
It
won't
can't
keep it to five.
be. We won't.
No. So she's like, Bonnie's my 5 minute phone call. She's like, bam, 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 done. Okay. Anyway, reminds me, Corey rang and I need to call her back. Um, okay. So, um, multiples. What
Multiple.
was your like what were the greatest what were like your top greatest things about like you were like, "Oh, so glad I have twins." Let's get positive before we get the like,
Yeah.
okay, here's the hard reality. So you had twins, your
Yes.
first babes. So
Yes.
this was first time motherhood. You got
First
thrown
time.
like deep into the motherhood, like
Trial
deep.
by fire, man. And it turned up real quick. But I would say the thing I love about it the most is that I'm doing this at the same time. I tell a lot of my clients that who have two kids, I'm like, for me in my mind, because these are the only ones I have, it's harder to think about, oh, you have kids with different bedtimes. My kids are doing the same thing at the same time. So I'm
Like
like,
you go into the store and you're like, I'll take two of that and I'll take two of
yeah,
that. Whereas I'm like, okay, I need a size two and I need a size five.
exactly.
Oh, there's no size five. Like,
Exactly. I'm like, okay, yep, I need just two of these and two of those, and we're done. I don't have to search for a lot of things. Luckily, right now, they like wearing a lot of the same things. I ask them, what coat do you want? Do you want Mickey Mouse or Paw Patrol? One will say Mickey Mouse, the other one will be like, Mickey Mouse. Okay. Um, and here we go out the door. It's not a whole lot of brain power because it's just there. Um, yeah, and I really do like that part. And so it makes it to me, it makes it a little easier. Whereas, people with multiple kids, different ages, you have one baby that really does need you whole lot, and then the other one feels like they need you a whole lot.
well, they need like one
Different
has like
needs.
needs that needs to be met now,
Right.
like logistical, like feeding, sleep,
Yes.
diaper needs. The
Yes.
other one has regulation needs.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, they have snack needs. The amount of snacks we went through when
Right.
I was
And
postpartum was unbelievable.
it's just so different dealing with those different ages, whereas I feel like I think that's the little blessing that comes for a mom with twins is like, hey, we're gonna give you some grace right here because you got it hard enough.
So, like, postpartum, you did you have a lot of help when you were going with
Oh.
twins? Because we met when the twins were 8 months old, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So not a
So
whole lot. Your family lives in
North Carolina,
North
still back in
Carolina.
North
You guys
Carolina.
are in Alabama.
Kenny's
Yeah.
family is in Birmingham, which is about like 2 hours away, which is not
Okay.
far, but with COVID happening and things like that, and his
Yeah.
mom and dad, they still work, so it wasn't like they could just like come and be here. So that's
Like those
kind of
regular pop-in visits, like my
yeah, like we just
mother-in-law was like, "Yeah,
didn't
I'll
have
be
it.
over after work for and I'll just come clean up the kitchen." Like
Yes,
when she could, like every
I
Wednesday night
envied
she would
that.
come, cook dinner and hang out with me, help with bedtime because my husband was at youth group with his youth boys, right? So Wednesday night she would come help.
I envy that so much because I was like, this is
Mhm.
crazy. My mom would call me a lot, and me and my mom are best friends. And I'll say like she's a great grandma. She's a typical grandma, but she's always like, "You are my baby." Like your kids, I love them. It's a different type of love there, and she does like she's all about them. But like whereas someone else might call and they're like, "Oh, how are the babies?" And then they like totally forget that I'm sitting at home like by myself with two kids, and even when Kenny gets home, it's like okay, well, you can grab one, but I still have a kid here. So it was
Yeah,
like,
a really good point.
yeah, like, you just don't get that break. And I just remember those times when it was like really crazy at night. And I would be like so sad when it would get sunset. Because I'm like, I just know this is gonna be a rough night. Like I know this is gonna be so bad. And I just
I
don't
wish
know
I
how to
knew
fix
you
it.
then.
I wish you
Could
knew me then.
fly could fly down and just look after these little guys.
I mean, and they would have been great candidates because the doctor said, we went for their 4-month checkup and they were like, hey, he was like, they don't need to eat anymore at night. I was like, huh, really? He was like, now they're probably going
Really?
to
Because
want
they're
to.
eating every hour.
Right. He was like, they're probably going to want to, but they don't need it. And I was like, okay. And that night, that was the first night they slept through. And I was like, huh? And they
Peace
have
of
not ate.
mind.
They didn't eat anymore through the night after that appointment, and I was like, "Well, this is great." So, I didn't have a feeding problem. It was we just could not didn't know how long to let them go, didn't know how to comfort them and things like that, and the postpartum, which I used to downplay it because I'm like, "This isn't postpartum." Like, postpartum is when you're feeling, suicidal or you're feeling like you just can't take it. I'm like, "I can't call it that because I don't feel that." So, I was like feeling like I didn't deserve to call it postpartum because I wasn't suffering enough. That's what I felt like.
Mm.
And so I felt guilty for even thinking that it could be postpartum when people with postpartum really struggle. And I'm like, Amber, it's not that bad. You just need to get over it.
Mhm.
So feeling like that is what really would be like, ugh, so
I
bad.
mean, I had postpartum anxiety. I mean, you were there through it all with my second, and I felt the same way. Like I couldn't say like this is that. Wasn't until someone put the word high functioning before it
Mm,
that it identified it for me because I could function.
yeah.
I could get stuff done. Was I like crying constantly? Yeah. Did
Yes.
I feel like I just wanted to crawl inside a hole even though I knew people needed me and I did I do it anyway? Yeah. But was I coping? No.
No. No, not at all. And that's exact and I this is my first time hearing that. And so I'm like, huh,
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense. And so, but them sleeping through the night and not needing those fees at 4 months, that was awesome. Like that
And
was a nice gift.
every you're like, "Thank you." And sometimes just, like, hearing that, like, your babies don't need to eat can give you, like, just the calm that, like, you put your babies to sleep calm, and they regulate off us. And
Right.
so when we're able to just, like, take that deep breath and be like, "We're on the downhill stretch," sometimes that feeling is all they need as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely a
And
big factor.
totally. And not every family's problem with sleep is around feeding
Right.
either.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because ours
Mhm.
wasn't. It was more so the holding for naps. I would say I was on the nap island because I have one baby here and one baby here. And I'm like, let me make sure I got my remote and my water and my fruit and my chips because I'm breastfeeding. So I was like, I need snacks. Um, but they have to get this sleep. So here we go. And
Here
there's
we
so many
go. Yeah.
pictures of me and the boys laid out. Kenny's like, I was like, do you have any pictures of me and the kids? And he's like, yeah, but it looks like National Geographics every time I come in here because
I love
like, I
that.
can't post none of these pictures.
Put the little heart emojis.
Right. When I
Oh,
breast
man.
pumped at work, I definitely put like the flower emojis over the suction
Yeah.
cup parts. I'm like, but I'm still working.
I have to say, like, one of the like, I did a story when I was breastfeeding, when I, was breastfeeding my sick, and I went to get my hair done, and I was, like, going through pumping, and I was just storying on pumping. Like, everyone responded and was just like, everyone could relate to that, right? Like, it
Yes,
was just like, I've had that moment where you're just like, "Oh my goodness, my boobs need relief."
I need to.
I need to, but then I also need my hair done, or I also need to go to work. Like these conflicting needs, right? And that's
Yes,
motherhood is like managing all of these needs. And for you, you had like a lot of like survival needs, like feeding,
yeah.
diapers, like all of that kind of stuff. And so then now you're in that toddler stage, you have like double whammy of that emotional regulation need.
Oh, those emotions. Those emotions are something. I was like, wow. Is this like a
Yeah.
peek into what teenagers do? Like, What?
No, Zach always says, he's like, "You know what? The hardest part of parenting is that 3 to 4. Like, the emotions that come in from 3 to 4."
And they call them three-nagers because
Yeah.
they say it's very
Yeah.
similar to to what teenagers do. Like, what?
He was like, "I'll take a newborn over, like, the 3-age stage," like, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, we have to go through 3-nager once more.
Yes.
We don't know if we're going through newborn once more. We'll see, but we'll see." It depends what day you ask me on and how well I'm coping.
I was about to say it depends. They're like some people ask me like, "Do you have a favorite?" Weird twin questions that people don't like.
Oh, yeah. Don't
Do you have
ask.
a favorite?
Don't ask. Do you have a favorite child? Well, I mean, I
It
don't,
depends
but,
on the
like,
day. I like one more than the other sometimes. It depends on who's not crying or who's listening or who hasn't poked me in the eye. I don't know.
yeah. Okay, so I do have, like, a couple of twin
Oh,
questions for you.
yes.
There seems to be a really big camaraderie in the multiples world, like, that I necessarily haven't experienced because
Okay.
even though I prayed for twins, Lord did not bless me such. So, maybe he knew I couldn't handle it.
No.
Um, so, um, see this camaraderie, like, do you like, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think it's because there's, like, a different type of because I really think there's a valid different type of
Yes.
experience when you have multiples.
I think that's exactly what it is. And a lot of people and it's no shade or knocking anyone who's had kids that are very close in age together. But, I'll be out somewhere and someone will be like, "Oh, I had Irish twins." And I'm like, yeah, or like, having to, tandem feed or,
Mhm.
it's very different. And I think that sometimes only with a lot of my friends, I've had one twin mom and she also has an Ezra. She had boy girl twins and she had an Ezra as well. So that was funny. But, and they're about the same age. So, but it was just different because when we would go out, I wanted to go out too. But if I go out to the library for like the little toddler reading things, okay, I have two kids here and someone else might have one. So mine may get up and walk around and start doing different things. And I used to be embarrassed. But then if my twin mom friend came, I wouldn't feel as bad because she gets it. She knows that, hey,
Mhm.
this is this is twin life. Like you just you're on the go. Sometimes they don't sit. And if there was one of them, they would. A lot of twin parents don't co-sleep as much because you can't. It's like I would if I had one baby, I probably would have co-slept to this day. Like I would have been like, what's wrong with it? Nothing's wrong.
Oh,
We're
Amber, you love your sleep so much. I
I
don't think
do.
so.
I probably wouldn't have,
You
but
love
I
your
probably would have started out. I probably would have started out co-sleeping because I would have been like, I just need to, and the cuddles, and I wanted to, but it was like, this isn't comfortable. I'm scared to do this, and it's just not going to work. So they never really got the chance to sleep in the bed with us. Um, I just felt it just wasn't. I didn't have in my mind. I just didn't think it would ever work. So
So
I
there's,
didn't
like,
invite.
this camaraderie of, like, understanding what you do go through,
Yes.
like, of having to, but there's also this camaraderie of what you didn't go through,
Yeah.
right? Missing out on, like, one big thing that we have with clients and with our course participants is that we have conflicting naps with twins,
Yeah.
right? So we are always working on getting them to line up, and they do.
And they eventually do. Like,
They
that's the good
do,
thing.
but at the same time, you also don't have as much time because it's not like get one baby down, get two babies down. And so that there's just like little things that with a singleton you don't experience in the same way.
Right. And for parents who are twin parents, multiple parents, however it goes, who don't get them down, because all the time Ezra and Elijah didn't always go down at the same time. Ezra
Hmm.
has always been the kid that it would be hit or miss with him, like from Jump Street. Me and Kenny used to, whenever the boys were in our room, we would be like, okay, you get one baby tonight and I get the other baby. So whoever cried, that's who got up. And that's how we tried to help each other out.
Okay.
Boy, we didn't want Ezra. because we knew
He's so
he would be
sweet
so
now.
hard to get back down.
And you know what? So babies, I mean, Amber, you know this because you're a coach, but
Yeah,
age baby kind of has like this sleep Achilles heel, right? Like if any problems are gonna show up, generally it shows up in the same way. Like so for my first one, it's often like in night waking, she gets very confused and is not sure how to solve problems that she usually wouldn't have a problem with. So we
gotcha.
have to like work that through. That's always been her thing of like she's just like an extreme drowsier type thing, right? Like she's like, I know how to pull my blanket up. I'm just so lost I don't know which one's up. My second, early mornings. If there's a problem with her timing, there's a problem with anything, it's always early mornings,
Uh,
right? Like they always tend to have this one thing. And so that's kind of like the places to watch for my kids. And so
yeah.
it's like you're trying to figure out those double things.
Yes. And you're
So
trying to look for these two different things, and if you're sleepy, you're like, I don't know. Who woke up? I don't know. Is that your baby? No, that's your baby. I'm like, okay, it's my baby. And then you look down, it's not your no, it's yours. Get up. So
just like
that
swap
was
the
the
crib.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I
But
think
the good thing is though, whenever one didn't sleep, I tried to, okay, well, let's end your nap and let me have some quality time with you then. Let's turn this into some me and you time. And so,
positive, like spin that.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, now me and you get to cuddle because even though, Ezra may have missed a nap, and even now, I talk to you about him sometimes missing naps. Um, and
He's
if he
about to drop
calls
his nap, everyone, just so you know what we're talking about.
He's acts like now, but recently he's been taking them all at home. So I'm like,
This is
maybe that's
totally
cool. I
it
don't
happens
want
in that
to
2-year
already.
regression, man. They drop their naps for a couple of and then they'll pick them up for
And
6
then
months or like 4 months and then they drop them hard. So
I'm
he's
like,
just
are
in
you
a like
sleepy? He's like, no. You're not. What? No nap. Okay. As I proceed to walk you in the room because you're
Okay,
clearly sleeping.
go. You just go read one book. Mommy will be back in
Yeah,
2
I'm like,
minutes.
I've started doing that. I'm like, you want to put a book in there? You want to put your car in here? Okay. Drive your car a couple of times. Count to 10 and drive your car on your mattress. And I look in
Oh
on the
man.
monitor.
He's out. He's out.
Ow.
I have loved this. This has been like, I think this has been so helpful, like honest motherhood, and I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the time
Thank
today.
you.
Guys, if you need help, make sure you reach out to Amber, especially about those twin things, because she firsthand experience over there. But yes, so we're gonna do a couple of different podcasts over time on multiples. So don't worry. I know that on a lot of different momming scenarios, multiples are missed out. And so it is something that we want to make sure that we're always including and we're always giving them advice as well, right? Because just because you got gifted with double doesn't mean that you don't need help. It means you need just as much or more help,
Just as
right?
much. Yes. Just as much or more.
Um,
I'm so glad you did this. Because I do feel like that a lot of times it's just singleton things. And they're like,
yeah.
well, how do I do that times two? I'm confused.
Well, and you're so sleep deprived. You're like, I gotta work it out. Like,
Right. And I don't want to do the math in my head.
yeah, just tell me. And this is what I
Tell
love about
me.
coaching. That coaching is like, just tell me what to do, make
Exactly.
sure I do it, keep me accountable. This is why Amber's a great coach, is because she keeps me accountable that I'm doing my workouts or exercising. She's even better at it with clients. And some people are like, just tell me what to do and leave me alone and I've got this. There's two different types of people. And some people
Yes.
think they're this person and then they're like, actually, I need more support. Other people like, no, I'm just straight up this person. And that's
Yes.
totally okay. Right? They're like, I'm coaching. We're here to help either way and to
Either way.
keep parenthood real. We should do a podcast with Kenny sometime.
We should. He would be hilarious.
Oh, that's fun. Let's do that.
We should.
Okay.
Definitely should.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Amber.
you. It's
And
been
we
fun.
will, thanks everyone for listening. Make sure that
Yes.
you hit subscribe so that you can
Like
hear
and
more.
subscribe.
Woohoo! Ask questions. And as always, Tickety Talk and Instagram and Motherhood. And remember, every Tuesday on TikTok, I go live at 9:30 a.m. And Bonnie goes live on Peanut on Tuesdays. I think it's at 1 p.m. These are Pacific Standard Times. And on Tuesdays on Instagram, we have our Q&A box, which I answer a bunch, or Amber does, on stories. And then I go live on Wednesday answering some more. There's often lots of them, so we want to try and get through as many as we can. And then all those leftover ones, I try and get through them on podcasts, but we see how we go. So thanks so much, guys, for listening,
Thank
and we
you.
will chat to you all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Hey there, Mama. Are you feeling exhausted, frustrated, and just a little defeated? I hear you, and I've been there, and thankfully, I can help. Let's teach your baby to sleep. I'm talking 10 to 12 hours of sleep each night. Little Wink's Sleep Sleep Baby program uses a science-based, gentle, parent-present approach that fosters healthy attachment while teaching independent sleep skills. We don't believe in letting your baby cry it out. This program includes everything you need, such as our insider strategies, both on night sleep and naps, as well as extras like our monthly live Q&A.